Hello there and welcome to this webinar today for recruiters around the globe. It's on taking you from being the niche extra to the niche expert in 6 weeks and no more cold calling. Now this is sounds like a big claim, but it's actually a proven secret. There's a way to get bypass PSLs, RPOs and gatekeepers, and that's what we're going to go through today. So in the next 60 minutes I'm going to show you how to differentiate your recruitment brand and move from being what's seen as a commodity niche extra to being a niche expert in the eyes of clients and candidates, and all this within 6 weeks. As I say, we're going to go through actual case studies today. I'm going to show you how to streamline your client generation and move from outbound cold calling to receiving inbound leads by following a proven 5-step framework. I'm going to show you actually how a client on the 25th of September implemented one of our strategies, and just 6 weeks later, on the 6th of November, had 10 of the most influential leaders in his niche promoting him and his brand to his entire client and candidate market. Now, you may be skeptical about this. I know that this is a big claim, but get this, a lot of recruiters have tried this in the past, but I've identified a formula to create incoming leads into your recruitment business. I know the formula. I don't care if you've tried this a million times, this time it will be different. So please, for the next 60 minutes, open your mind, turn off whatever else you've got going on. I can see some of you have not got complete focus on the screen. We can see by the tools we use this end. So give me your complete focus. I can see who's looking at the screen. So let's make this next hour really benefit your business, not make it a passive hour. You see, Steve came to us when he was struggling, he was frustrated. We've all been there. It's a tough life, recruitment, and it's getting tougher. But in 8 weeks, he was in a position of leadership with clients seeing him as a leader again, seeing him as the expert, and it just transformed his business. And when we moved out to creating incoming leads, he actually started to enjoy his business once again. So it's important you pay attention, because something is going on that changes everything for you in the very near future. Everything for you in the near future in terms of what's happening in recruitment. So please type yes in the box. You're willing to give me your focus for the next hour. Any questions you've got, type in the box, although we've got a lot of people on the call today. But please let me know. You're going to pay attention and really work with me in the next hour to really get results for you and your business. Just type in the box. Wonderful. Got a busy old chat box. Excellent. Okay, thank you. So I want you to stay to the very end. For just 5 of you, and we've got an awful lot of you on the webinar, but for just 5 of you, I want to give you something really special. So stay on right to the very end, and I'm going to give you something very, very special. Now, a couple of facts for you. I'm not sure if you actually know about these stats in recruitment. Decision makers and business owners receive 52 calls per day on average. 52 calls. Fact, getting onto a PSL is difficult, we all know. But circumventing the internal recruiter is going to cause you long-term failure. You need to influence that internal recruiter. You have to be doing this. I'm going to show you how to do that. Fact, the process you use to source candidates, it may or may not be different from your competitors, but to your client, you're doing the same thing. You are seen, unfortunately, it's a language I've seen used before, you're seen as a commodity. It's so difficult for us to differentiate our brand from another recruitment brand. And from the client's perspective, and this is going to be a key shift for you in the next 60 minutes, they see you as just one of many. They don't see any difference, no matter how fancy your website is, no matter how much you spent on your logo, or how wonderful your actual process is to source candidates and your network you've built over 20 years. From a client perspective, you're just a commodity. Now, according to ear.net, lots of blog comments, agencies, we're now threatened. The market is changing at such a pace, and I'm going to show you how to push away that being threatened and now actually just ensure your survival and actually scale your business. But scale your business in a way that's a lot easier, from a way that I guarantee you're probably doing at the moment, which is just using the telephone. Now, fact, if you have a web lead, so a lead that's come through the internet, which we're going to show you how to do, we're going to give you numerous ways of doing this. If you follow up within 5 minutes, you are 9 times more likely to convert them. 9 times. Now, I'm going to give you an automated process whereby you can create this process, and every morning your consultants come into the office, there'll be leads waiting for them. I'm going to actually give you the steps from a case study. The actual case study we're going to use, I'm going to show you how we have 31 new client leads per day without making any outbound calls. We're going to show you how an entire business model for a client was transformed. from being outbound to inbound. Now, very quickly, type in the box, because on the build up to this webinar and this training is going to be the best training we've done so far. We've surveyed a lot of you, but let me know on the call what's most important to you. Is it differentiation, to be the niche expert, the go-to person? So really in your recruitment niche, being seen as the leader, the expert in your niche, is that the most important thing? Or is it creating inbound leads into your business? So you're moving away from making outbound telephone calls and you want inbound leads in your business? Or is it thirdly, you want to grow your business in the next 12 months, you want to scale it, and maybe you're looking for an exit strategy. So you want to find ways to actually add value to your business, so when you come to sell it, you can add a couple of zeros on the end of it. Just quickly take that poll and let me know what we get. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Rachel. Wonderful. Okay. So we've got 37%. It looks like it's going to come out as 37, 38. It's going up and down. Okay, so we've got 37% differentiation, 42% inbound leads. Okay, and the remainder scaling your business. Great. Okay. Well, this is what we're going to do. In this session, this is the mindset I want to take from you. From just seeing yourself as being a recruitment business that makes calls and we just see how far we get. We do a bit of marketing, we might send out an article. This is the mindset I want you to take. I want to take the mindset, you want to be the niche leader. You want to be the niche leader. And as a byproduct of this, we're going to create a framework that gives you automated inbound leads. Now, these are the steps we're going to go through. We're going to, number one, move from being a niche extra to being the expert in the niche. Number two, we're going to let technology do the heavy work. We're going to let technology do the heavy work. Virtually every recruitment business I've been into, and I've got over 800 clients, every recruitment business I've been into, either in person, online, we've coached, they're not aware of the tools at hand. I'm going to show you some tools which are actually going to take the pressure off, let the technology do the heavy work. Number three, we're going to leverage other people's connections and other people's networks to grow leads. I could give you the best systems in the world now, the best automated systems, and I could give you the best marketing or branding techniques, but to be honest, it's going to take you a long time to actually get leverage on the market and to actually get that positioning. So what do? Well, there are already people in your market who have major influence over the very same decision makers, the internal recruiters, the business owners we want to influence. If we can get these other people to advise the business owners and to advise the internal recruiters, hey, you need to be listening to Andy's recruitment company because they know their stuff. If they're going to start to refer us and endorse us, the leads follow, and you follow in an automated framework. But nobody does this. I'm going to show you how to do this. Number four, we're going to automate the inbound lead generation process. So we're going to automate it so it's done online, and we're going to leverage what the wonderful internet has to hand nowadays. And number five, we're going to create a systematic process to follow up leads. And this is really simplistic, guys. Really, really, really simple. And number six, you're going to copy and scale your business. So those are the steps we're going to go through. Now, there are others out there who offer ways of growing business, growing recruitment businesses, growing an agency, and so forth, but none of which have been asked to speak on stage about these results in the UK, in Canada, in Singapore, in India. None of them have the world's leading recruitment leaders directing their clients to them. As I say, stay to the end, and you may recognise some of the recruitment celebrities I'm referring to. The very same celebrities as such who recommend their clients speak to me in my business about growing their recruitment business using online strategies and so forth. This is who I am, and this is what makes me uniquely qualified to tell you how to become the expert and how to get incoming leads. In my very own business, I walk the walk on this. In my very own business, I had 498 new clients using inbound lead generation in my own business in 5 months. So that's what's happened in my own business. The last 5 months of 2013, I created 498 new clients using the very same approaches I'm telling you now. I've got a £5 billion a year consultancy I work with. Now, they actually came to me. In my business, I've never made one outbound call to get business. Well, not in the last sort of 4 or 5 years anyway. All of my business comes inbound. So whether I've got consulting gigs or whether I'm have an online training, everything's inbound. I do not make an outbound call. I actually hate the concept of an outbound call. It makes me shudder. And I've got nothing but respect for you guys who do it, but no, I don't make any outbound calls. You may recognise lots of these names: Greg Savage, Asmat from the Institute of Recruiters. You've got Mark Whitby, you've got Mike Walmsley, you've got Roy Ripper, you've got James Osborne, Bob Marshall, Bill Radon, and there's myself. I spoke at the Big Biller Summit around this very topic we're discussing now. Now you can connect with me on LinkedIn if you're not already. Recruitment Inner Circle. I've just changed it. It's actually Recruitment Experts. So Recruitment Experts. So if you look for me on LinkedIn, you'll be able to see me anyway. You can find my public profile. Connect with me on LinkedIn. It'd be a pleasure to share more things with you together. Now, in terms of how we're going to the housekeeping, we've had a couple of technical problems. So if the chat box isn't working, because we've had a few people complain that it's not working, we've got a new technology we're just trying at the moment. You can send us a message at chat@recruitmentmarketinginternational.com and we'll get back to you. But we've got so many on this webinar now, but Emily will get back to you live with any questions you got. But do bear with us if we don't get through to you or don't get back to you. We are having technical problems, but we will do our utmost to get back to you. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, these are our websites. So recruitmentmarketinginternational.com is my company. We've got various trainings out there. LinkedIn Recruitment Blueprint. We've got over 500-600 companies around the world using that training. Candidate cash flow. This is a candidate engagement program. It's used globally. For those of you who don't know me, that's me. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing there. I think I'm holding a fish. My passion is Muay Thai, kickboxing. I go out to Thailand once a year for a month and just immerse myself in the culture and immerse myself in just really getting as strong and passionate about it as possible. That's my partner there. We're getting married early next year, so absolutely buzzing about that. I'm very, very lucky man. It's my wonderful dad, and I do quite a lot of charity work for children. Big passion of mine. So that's really me and my background. These are some of our clients. You'll see that if you go to recruitmenttraining.com, which is the world's leading hub for recruitment training, you'll find me on the home page there, along with James Kahn and some other recruitment leaders as such. Right for the RC experts, you can see that I've got clients around the world. The Queen's been a client, not personally, but the Casanova. I've got a book coming out, How to Turn Your Recruitment Business into a Digital Gold Mine. It's actually been released, but now we're rewriting it and be re-releasing it again. So how do we get here? Well, how do we get here? Well, this is the framework which really started this entire concept of making you become the leader in your niche, of creating inbound leads. Now, everything we do is strategy based. We always start with the end in mind and work backwards. And this was one of our first mind maps around this entire concept. And it's really now evolved into, I have directors from around the world coming to me, and we work on their business, and we have a very high end inner circle. So they spend an awful lot of money to be coached by me, but we show them how to become the niche leader and create leads in their business. So what I'm going to take you through now is all battle proven. None of this is sit theory. None of this is from a book. None of this is guessing. None of this is I've come out of university and I've just been on Facebook for 2 years and now I'm an expert at that. This is 17 years of blood, sweat and tears. So what I'm going to show you is 17 years of me spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on my own education, and to this day I still spend about $50,000 a year on that. But this is all proven. So this is going to change your business. I absolutely guarantee it. And at the end of the training, I'm going to offer 5 of you the opportunity to be personally coached by me. Not the inner circle, as I just mentioned then. No, nothing like that. This is completely new. But it's going to show you how to be the expert in your niche within 6 weeks. How to have an inbound lead system set up. Now, I can only handle 5 per webinar because it's going to be a new training. And so it's going to be at 1/10 of the actual retail price when we actually go out to the market. But for this webinar, just 5. And the reason why is I want testimonials before we roll it out in the wider audience. And for each webinar we're going out to different countries. So we're going to create 5 niche experts per country. So for each country, we're going to have 5 of you from the webinar join us. And just the 5 of you, we're going to show you in 6 weeks how to become the leader in your niche and how to create an automated framework. And I'm going to take you step by step and hold your hand through it. My passion is to move you from being A small fish in a big pond to being the biggest fish in a slightly smaller pond. So in terms of this training, I want you to think about how can you apply it in your business and who's going to apply it in your business. Now the big elephant in the room is this for all of you. This is the big elephant in the room for virtually every recruiter I work with. You're no different than every other recruiter. We think we are. We think we're doing things differently and we're more passionate. But the reality is this. Clients see you as the same as every other recruiter. That's why your emails don't get replied to. That's why your phone calls don't get responded to. Candidates see you as the same as every other recruiter. That's why when you send out a job, they do not come back to you. And your process to win clients and candidates is no different than every other recruiter. Now some of you, I've got contacts, clients who've got wonderful processes. But how are we making it demonstrable to our client what we're doing? So let me ask you this, why is a client going to choose you? They don't know what's really going on in your business. They just see you as one of many. I hate to break this to you, but on my database I've got a lot of internal recruiters. I've got a lot of business owners who want to know more about recruitment processes. And they don't see us as any different, the actual recruiter, when we approach them. So this is why we need the expert status. See, the recruitment market has changed. Lead generation has changed. We don't get our emails open nowadays, and we all know cold calling is not working anymore. I've got so many internal recruiters who are, they're absolutely just dumbfounded. They do not understand for a second why agents in 2014 are applying the same methods as we did in the 1990s. We're still making all of these outbound calls, and it's getting worse. And we're going to come to that and how to overcome it in a minute. But first of all, this is why when I surveyed my database, and so I've got agency recruiters, I've got internal recruiters, I've got business owners on my database. This is what the internal recruiters told me, and the business owners. They're inundated with agents. Inundated. Get calls, emails every day. Now this is what they want. I asked them, what do they want? They want a leader. They want someone they can actually trust. And do you know why? Because they've got their jobs to be getting on with. They don't want to source through hundreds and hundreds of different agencies. They want an agency they can trust and just give the business to. They do not have the time or in fact the inclination to listen to your calls. They want the easy way out. They want the decision made for them. So you've got an opportunity, but what you're doing is you're doing the same as every other recruiter. Now all you need to do is let them know that you're the expert. Let them know that they can trust you. Let them know that their business is safe with you. Let them know you can deliver. So how do you do that? Well, the moment you're making phone calls and you're doing what every other recruiter does, what I'm going to show you will take you from zero start to being seen as the expert in 6 weeks. Because you can shout all you want, but you need endorsements and referrals from other people. Not just clients, but I mean, the biggest names in your industry need to be endorsing you, and that's what we're going to go through. Now, the recruiters, you may have even responded to my surveys. This is what I'm told. You want to be the niche expert, the go-to person, because when you do that, you differentiate your brand. You're sick of cold calling, the exact language that I've been told, and you know that a change needs to come. But the problem is you don't know where to start. You don't know where to start. The first time this hit me hard was when I was looking, I went to a client going back years now, and the first time this concept of becoming the expert really, really hit home. And that was my desk at the time at home. This is going back years, but this one it really hit home. And this one it really hit me about the concept of recruiters being just another commodity. I couldn't for the life of me see how I could take my client from being, don't get me wrong, a great recruiter, but to being a market leader just by doing the same things, by having a LinkedIn approach, by doing a branding approach, by increased social media, increased email marketing. These are all things that help, but how can we go from standing start to being the absolute leader in the market? And that's where this first case study comes in. Making you the expert, differentiating your brand. This is what's going to make you the expert. So, this is a battle-proven strategy. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, the quickest way to go from wherever you are to being the expert in your niche. So when we went to this client, these were the objectives given to us from the client. Number one, Andy, I want you to elevate the agency company brand. I want us to be seen as leaders. And this is again the language, you might be able to relate to this. I want to crush the competition. Very aggressive, but that's what your recruiters, competitors are saying about what they want to do. They want to be seen as the expert, go-to person in the niche. They want to identify decision makers and budget owners. They want to engage decision makers and budget owners. At the moment, they weren't even engaging them. They were getting no response. Engage means you send out a message, you get a message back. It's like a game of tennis. No engagement. They want to decrease the dependency, virtually cut out cold calling. They want to develop a candidate engagement strategy. They want to implement this within 6 weeks and with a minimal budget. Not much to ask, is it? And this is why that picture of me getting stressed over that desk in my home in those days, this is where it came from. Now this is what we found. We went into the recruitment business. We went in there and we did an assessment. They were cold calling budget owners and candidates. Their calls were infrequent and only made when they had a candidate or a role to promote. Now this is key. Type in the box, do you make a call to your client once a month, every second Tuesday of the month? You make that call. Another client, it's the third Wednesday of the month. Another client, it's the third Thursday of the month. Now, internal recruiters, business owners, they know when a lot of you are going to call them. They tell me this. They know. You're like clockwork. And all of your competitors are doing the same. This is why when you apply what I'm going to show you, it's a big win. The feeling was that the budget owner and candidates did not like receiving these calls. The recruiter felt like just another recruiter. They felt they had little or no USP, unique selling proposition, so nothing that differentiates their brand. And the recruiter, well, the end product, we saw this from their metrics, they were not functioning at 100%. The recruiter was demoralized. So what do we do? Well, my background is strategy. In a different life, I had a team of 75 people. I implemented broadband for one of the largest media providers in the UK to over, at the time, 6 million subscribers. My background is strategy. Everything I do, I start with the end in mind and I work backwards. You always start with the end in mind and you work backwards. So in this instance, what did I do? Well, we already had a strategy in place, a 4-phase approach. But I was really stumped on what to do and how to do it in 6 weeks and with a minimal budget. So I went through the process. We assessed the company, we assessed the market, and we assessed the competitors. We used LinkedIn, we used forums, we used surveys, and we actually did make outbound telephone calls to engage, because at this point we had no other a way of doing this. So we went through an assessment process. But I'm going to be completely honest with you, I still wasn't sure how I was going to do that, and I was stumped. You know, I'm the first to hold my hands up and say, hey, I don't know how to do this. Now, I've always engaged in education, and I've always sought out a mentor, because the quickest route to get from A to B is someone who's done it before. So I rang my mentor. Now, my mentor is still my mentor to this day, and he's very direct with me, and he basically just told me, if you're being serious, get on the train now. So the next day I went to King's Cross, which is in central London. Not sure if you know King's Cross. It's in North London. Got on the tube, went to King's Cross, and I went up and travelled 300 miles to my mentors. Now the key thing, this is what he told me, and he's not one for small talk, but what I was looking to do was make a massive change to my client in a short period of time. Now the word he said to me, and it's since become my favourite word, is leverage. You need to leverage. You do not have the budget, you do not have the time. You need to leverage other people on this. To get those results, you need leverage other people's connections and data. The only way you could become the expert in the industry would be to leverage other people's data and connections. No amount of money, he said, would take me to expert status. I could shout all I want, spend thousands on advertising and pay-per-click or on SEO, but you cannot shout about yourself. True power to influence business owners and HR directors, I've now known, comes in the power of referrals and endorsements. You will get the roles and get the placements if you've got endorsements and referrals from other leaders in the market, and that's what we set out to do. This has rang true ever since, and the true power to influence business owners and HR directors comes in the power of referrals and endorsements. And that's from my mentor. So endorsements is what we're looking to do. So we researched who had the most connections in the industry. So in your niche, who's got the most connections? So who's the most influential people in your industry? At this stage, I didn't know who it was, but this is since the strategy I apply. We identify who in your niche, so whether you're in the motor industry, in fact, type in the box, what niche are you in? Okay, we've got investment banking, we've got IT. We've got a few in FMCG. Okay, so we've got already about 15, 20 different niches there. So let's take a niche. Let's take an IT niche. So what do? We identified the most influential people in IT, and this niche within SAP is a technology. So I searched who are the most influential people in SAP. So I looked for the highest selling, best selling books on Amazon. We use Technorati. Technorati, if you go to technorati.com, I think it is, it will tell you, you type in your keywords, so SAP, it'll tell you the blogs with the most traffic. So it'll tell you who has the most traffic. There's so many tools out there. So we knew straight away that who had the most people visiting their blogs. We searched white papers. We used Alexa. Alexa tells you what are the highest ranking websites in the world. You can type in your own website and see where you come in the world. Are you 6 million? Are you 10 million? Maybe you're 200,000. So we can see who were the most influential people with the most followers. So we looked at who are the most influential people on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. There are so many tools out there you can do this. What we did was create a top 100. So we had a list of the most 100 influential people in the industry. So with that list of people, we then had to find out how we're going to endorse them or get them to endorse our client for free. And that was the stumbling point. How are we going to get them to endorse us, our client, for free? So think about your own business. If someone could endorse your business, who would it be for your decision makers, your internal recruiters to think, hey, these people are different, these recruiters are different. I'm going to show you exactly in a minute. But this is the key thing. Authors, leaders in a market, they have a message and they want to share that message. They desire an audience. That's what they're really looking for. They are looking for an audience. They've written a book. They write blogs. They write white papers. They want to share their knowledge. So what we did was we created an event around a big topic in their niche. And this event, so it was in SAP, and we called it the SAP Super Summit. Very, very grand. But this is what we did. At the time, the main change to SAP was SAP HANA, which is a module, a small part of SAP effectively. But I've got other clients who have created similar events around, for example, we've got clients in banking. They've created an event around the changes to regulation in Europe. We've got clients in FMCG. We've got changes to importing rules from China. But all the topics that you select for your own niche, they need to be important to the decision maker we're trying to influence. That's key. They need to be important to the decision maker, so the internal recruiter, the business owner, so it's a topic they're interested in. And then the speaker, those you want to actually speak at your event, they need to be someone the decision maker sees as an authority. And when you bring the two together, you're going to see what happens in a minute. So how do we get these world leaders to speak for free? We identify what's in it for them. Now most of them are mavens. So a maven is somebody who leads a market. He comments on a market. So for example, it could be someone who, in the marketing world, Seth Godin is a maven. In recruitment, Greg Savage could be a maven. Someone who comments on the industry. He's got a big following. Authors have large databases which they want to communicate with. So in your marketplace, who is the mavens? Now what's in it for them? They're only going to speak with you or endorse you if you can give something for them. Now they want an audience. So if you can bring together an audience, they will speak for you. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now the first trick is get the first maven. The rest will follow. When you get the first one, the rest will follow. So what you do is you rank the different 100 influencers you got. You rank them in order, based on the size of their following and so forth. Then you get the first one, the second will follow, the third will follow. So what we got was this. We had 10 world-class speakers agreeing to present at our event. We had 10 world-class speakers agreeing to promote the event for 8 to 12 weeks to their databases. So we had 10 world-class speakers agree to provide unique content for the event, and then we can distribute it to our own database, say in partnership with the leader's name. It gave us instant positioning. In this case, SAP, they actually endorsed our client as a SAP thought leader. SAP themselves distributed the event via the communications team. SAP spoke on the event with a keynote from their marketing VP. And SAP, the whole market saw us as aligned with SAP. So in your industry, so we've gone from a standing start, so our market is SAP. The actual providers of the technology are actually now endorsing our brand. So this here gives you a very simple view. And excuse my drawing, but it's Microsoft Paint. This is us in the middle, or you. Around it you've got the DMs. DMs are decision makers. So these are your business owners. These are your internal recruiters. These are the ones you need to influence. Outside of that you've got mavens. These are those who speak at our event. Now the decision maker looks up to the maven. They see them as an authority. Now when you get the maven endorsing you or communicating to the decision maker, I'm speaking at this event with you, your decision maker sees you as an authority because the maven has endorsed you. Now imagine times in that by 10. I'll give you some metrics in a minute which will blow you away. Now this is what the VP of SAP said, and this is magic. Can you imagine getting the most influential person in your entire niche saying this? He sent out messages. Steve Lucas, the Vice President of SAP in association with Advanced Tech, that was our client at the time, invites you to event name. I highly recommend Advanced Tech in the SAP space, forward thinking and innovative. So you can imagine the most influential person in your niche sending out a communication to their own database saying you need to come to this event with ABC Recruitment Company. They are forward thinking, they are innovative. You couldn't buy that sort of branding. Now look at these results. We didn't do any SEO, not any SEO. You now do a search for SAP Super Summit, there's over 1,930,000 results. 1,930,000 results from putting on this event. Now this event, I'm going to show you how to do it in a matter of weeks. Now you can go to SAP Super Summit now and have a quick look. In fact, what I will do very quickly, just see if I can bring it up. There's our website. So this is see, a very, very simple page, but it gives you 10 of the world's top speakers. So at 9 in the morning we had Nis Boy, who's from SAP. Then at 10 o'clock we had Dieter Bohm from SAP. Then we had Anders Troll Schultz, all speaking about different elements of SAP. Then we had Chris Heffer. Chris Heffer is not from SAP, but Chris has got a very big Twitter following, so he's very, very influential. So we had him on board, and each of these are actually communicating with their followers, with their own networks, saying you need to come to this event. Now who's at the top of this event? The director of the business. Forward thinking, innovative. So it becomes very, very powerful. Now, these are the figures. 10 mavens, each with 10,000 Twitter followers, readers, subscribers, etc. Ten of them times by 10,000 equals 100,000. They each tweet, mail the database 10 times in total. That equals 1 million messages going out. 1 million messages. So 10 mavens, each of 10,000 followers. They each send out a message 10 times, each time they announce a speaker. That's 1 million messages going out endorsing your brand, coming from the most influential people in your industry. Now, do you think that would be of use to your business? Your decision makers with endorsements, they endorse you, the most influential people in your niche. So, so powerful. I have some more figures. We got on the front page of Google without spending a penny on SEO. 30 new client leads per day. 1,246 candidates registered for that event. New candidates. Content from the world's top speakers we can now use under our own brand rather than write our own content. So that content, so each speaker spoke for 45-50 minutes. We didn't write any content, the speakers wrote all of it. But now we've got rights to that content. We can repurpose it. We can use that as content, as video, as articles and so forth. And the key thing is, you can replicate these steps in any niche. As I say, we did not write any content. It was all written by experts. We did not do any research. The experts did it all. We did not make any outbound calls. All we did was close those who actually came to us and say, hey, can we come to your event? Or what's the event about? Or who are you? I've heard you've been endorsed. I've heard these leaders speak about you. Clients saw us as experts because the experts endorsed us. But we didn't do any research, didn't do any content. All we did was follow a set of steps I call the expert sequence. So you need to approach mavens in the right order at the right time. We went from 0 to expert status in 6 weeks. There's a 3-step process. Number 1, you identify and you survey decision makers. Number 2, you identify hot topics and decision makers. Number 3, we gathered 10 leading influencers to endorse us. Can you see how powerful that is and how simple the steps are? Can you see how simple the steps are? Just type in the box, is this making sense? Let me know in the chat box if you're getting this. That's awesome. Thanks, Craig. Amazing. Loving the use of leverage. Thanks for the lovely comments. Thank you. That's exactly it, Mark. This is following the steps, and we've done this time and time again. It's following the steps. But thanks for the feedback. So you're here for a reason today. You're here for a reason today. So getting this done is the key thing. It might not be a big deal, but let's take it out 2 days from here. You probably won't be affected if you didn't do this in 2 days. But imagine if you end up getting 1 client if you did this in the next 6 weeks. If you don't apply it, even if the stress doesn't kill you from just being in recruitment, it might as well, because you're nothing more than a shell going through the motions, doing the same things, the same days. You're getting tired of constant cold calling. From what I see, it sucks all the happiness out of you, out of your soul. So you've got 2 options today: continue doing what you've always done, or do what I'm about to show you. That's your 2 options. So case study number 2. So this is where we really now get into where the rubber hits the road. So let's recap where we ended before. So the outcome of being the expert, we created a buzz in the market from a standing start. Recruiters have a reason to call. If we need to make an outbound call, we've got a reason to call now about the event. But most of it, virtually all of it, is inbound calls now. But think about this. We can also elicit project information. So in that process, we speak to recruiters, decision makers, and we're talking about the event. They're actually coming to us. We're going to elicit project information because we're not talking about recruitment. We're talking about the event, about the speakers, and we've now got that rapport with them. They're interested in who we are. So now we can elicit project information, budget owner details, size of the teams, and we survey them as well. So when they actually apply for a ticket, we'll set up a little survey and say, if you want a ticket, please complete the survey. We want to know what topics you want to hear about. And this is so powerful. The director of the agency I showed you before was asked to speak at a SAP event to thousands of SAP decision makers, the very same decision makers he'd been trying to do business with or get in contact with for ages. And he was asked to speak at an event in front of them. You couldn't buy that as the only recruitment business. So how do we turn expert status into new client leads? Very simply, this is what we did. They were approaching us. They were contacting us. They want to know about the event. We directed them to a survey. So we had over 1,246 candidates and we had 30 new client leads a day. Sent them to a survey. In that survey, they gave us gold dust. They gave us so much information. The candidates told us about where they wanted to move to, the current position, project details, and the decision makers in the business want to know about us. Who were we? So decision makers were registering their details and giving us project details and requirements. We offered tickets to entire teams to attend the event. We elicited such information like who was the decision maker, the contact details, number in the team, new projects in the next 6 months. And what we did was this: we placed a value on each seat at the event, a value of £99. So complete a survey and get a free ticket. There were 10 questions, 5 on the subject and 5 related to what would drive the candidate or to the business owner. So the information we needed from a recruiting perspective, we had in the survey, subliminally, ethically, but the questions were in the survey. And we used SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey is a very, very simple tool. You can get a survey set up literally in a couple of minutes, like using Microsoft Word. But what happens is the agency won favour as candidates perceive the agency as buying them a ticket, and the recruiter now has contact details, a reason to call the candidate or the business owner. We had entire teams sign up to watch it. Remember, all this time these speakers are talking about SAP, but it's always with us, with the recruitment business. So we have 30 new leads in the business every single day. Consultants have hot leads to follow up. So the outcome from this was the agency brand went absolutely viral. The event went viral. So there's nearly 2 million results now on Google. The brand grows as do the consultants' confidence. The candidate database grew substantially. Decision makers now perceived us as more than just another recruiter. We're now perceived as thought leaders. We had inbound calls asking about what we do, because we had these leaders promoting us. We didn't shout about ourselves. We had 10 of the most powerful people in the industry shouting about us. And if we had to make an outbound call, we had a reason to call now. Now this is really cool. At the end of this event, we had 12 hours of content. So we had 12 videos we could use. We could release one video per week. Just demonstrate again our positioning. We had candidate engagement and positioning for the next 12 weeks. We stayed front of mind to build loyalty from our candidates. We could sell it, we'll do whatever we want, but this is what we actually got, and this is so powerful. From that one event, which I'm going to show you to do in 6 weeks, 1,246 candidates registered for that webinar. There were 300 to 400 on the webinar live at all times. They knew the driving factors for new candidates. We knew what would make them move from their current client to another client. SAP endorsed us and promoted the company. So what would that mean to your business if the biggest name in your industry promoted you? And believe me, our client, they were at a standing start when we did this. You got 12 branded training videos, and you stay front of mind and build loyalty from your candidates and clients. And it to say we greatly reduce the need for cold calls, greatly. Just to recap, when we got there, there was no differentiation from competitors. Can you relate to that? Yes or no? Can you relate to no differentiation? Can you relate to not enough placements? Can you relate to losing the best candidates to competitors? Can you relate to being unable to attract and source the best candidates as you're not a brand leader? Can you relate to having no systems in place to follow? Can you relate to hating cold calling and having no strategy to overcome it? And no easy to follow plan? And can you relate to not having enough SEO or website traffic? Now these were the results after 6 weeks. Immediate differentiation from competitors. Immediately be able to attract and source the best candidates without chasing them. Immediately have a system in place for the team to follow to add value every time they spoke with a candidate or client. An easy to follow plan. Massively increased traffic to your website on autopilot. And huge social positioning for you, your brand and your consultants. It's not can you, it's will you. If you get nothing else out of this webinar today, your time is well spent just for this concept. When growing your business, or for some of you, you may be just scraping, you're just surviving at the moment. You may be just surviving. And if you feel you can't become the expert, there are certain types of language patterns I've seen from my clients and those who come to us. They come to me and say things like, I'll never be the expert, I'll never have an automated system. Are you telling me that even less educated, less driven recruiters than you, they've been managed to get incoming leads, they've managed to differentiate their brand? And I think we've all had the experience of going out and seeing a recruiter absolutely cane it. He has no more intelligence than you. In fact, let's be blunt about this. We've seen some recruiters who are they're acting in a really stupid manner, but he has clients because he has differentiation. So it's not never. It's what does that recruiter know about getting clients that you don't? So the first question you must ask is, if you want to be able to enjoy the solution, is will you do this, not can you? Because you can, it's just will you. So let me ask you now, let me take a quick poll. In terms of niche expert, give me a rate 0 to 10. Where do you rate in terms of 0 to 10 as being a niche expert? And where do you rate as seen as being a trusted advisor by clients? Remember, clients want to be led. They want you to lead them. They want that decision taken out of their hands. They want a leader. So where do you reckon you're seen on 0 to 10 as being a trusted advisor by clients? Are you known, liked and trusted by candidates? And be honest about this. We can take a before and after snapshot. And do you have an automated lead generation system? So give me a scale of 0 to 10 for each of those. Wow. Okay, well, overall, looks like niche expert. We've got one, maybe 2 out of 10. Just finishing. Very few of you seem like you feel like you're a niche expert, but that was a big driver at the beginning, wasn't it? Some of you see yourself more as a trusted advisor by clients. You mostly seem more confident with candidates, but virtually none of you have an automated lead gen system. That tells me we've got a big opportunity, a big opportunity for big movement. This stuff can be applied to your business. Now let's look at case study 3. This is where it's really fun. Let the technology do the work. Let technology do the work. Now you know the thing, it's not your fault. Lead gen has changed. Getting emails opened has changed. Getting calls back has changed. But it's not your fault in recruitment because you've been sold a bum deal. So I've seen so many recruiters given bad information that you need to have 5 different social media sites, you need to have a new website, you need to write 1 article, and that's what's going to happen. It doesn't work. There's a strategy. The quickest route from A to B, bizarrely, is to go from A to B. But nowadays there are tools, like I told you earlier about Technorati. You can find the blogs with the most. So if you write an article, why would you place an article just on your website when you can also find the highest traffic blogs in the world and have your article placed on that site as well? By using that Technorati tool, straight away I've given you a tool there which will probably add 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 times more traffic to your website. That's just one tool, one free tool off the top of my head. So there are tools out there which can just make your business thrive. Now this is something we've all seen. This isn't new. We've got leads into the funnel, prospects and customers. But this is where it gets really good, guys. This is where it gets good, because nowadays online you can take your business and you can scale your business without adding more desks to your office, without adding more overhead in terms of salary. You can scale your business by simply finding more data to put into your funnel. And when you do your funnel from an online perspective, you do not need to buy more desks. You do not need more PAYE. You do not need to pay more salary and holidays. You just find more data. So that 1,000 leads becomes 10,000 leads. And at the bottom, rather than 10 customers, you've got 100 customers. But we're doing things the old way. We think if we make more cold calls, we'll get more results. But unfortunately, there's only a certain amount of hours in a day. There's only a certain amount of calls that a human can make in a day. Whereas when you use things from an online perspective, you can scale it 10 times, 100 times. I got 498 new clients in the last 5 months of the year last year for just one of our systems. Now, do you think if I tried to make a phone call, my actual metrics I'm going to show you in a minute, so you're going to see we have 12,000 recruiters come to one of our websites, and out of that we got nearly 500 customers. Now, do you think I can make 12,000 calls in 5 months? No chance. But in your business, I'm going to show you how you can do exactly what we've done in our business and our clients have done. Now, the key word I said before is leverage. I want you to leverage your time and think smart, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I want you to focus on being the niche leader this year, and from this point forward we're seeing a vast change in recruitment. Now, you need an automated framework, and this is why. When you correct data is captured, that becomes the lifeblood of your business. When you get the correct data into your business, that becomes the lifeblood. It becomes your lead process. When you do this online, you have an online sales team. It takes your prospect through a sequence. So at the moment, when you speak to a prospect, a client, you may make 10 phone calls, speak to them 3 times, you build rapport, elicit some information, meet them, etc. Now, how would it be if you could actually do that online? And it's automated through emails, through a video, and so forth. Believe me, this isn't complex. I'm going to show you exactly. But what's great about this, it runs in the background 24/7. It runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You get fresh live data daily. You can communicate daily with candidates and communicate daily with clients. So what I'm talking about here is a system, just a very simple email system. It costs $19, this does, $19. And it runs in the background and it sends messages to your clients every day or as often as you want. But when you speak to a client on the phone, what typically happens? You overcome objections. Now imagine they've had 5, 6, 7 emails from you, and each email is a case study about your business or about a success you've had, and what you're doing is overcoming their objections in that communication. So when you speak to them on the phone, those objections are already overcome and you can recite those case studies. Now there is a setup to this, of course there is. It'll probably take you about an hour to set the system up, 2 hours. I'll take you through it. It's really simple. Set up the system, but then it runs in the background. You just need to add the emails. But you set it up once and it runs forever. So why do you need this automated framework? Now consider this. Imagine you end a phone call with a prospect. You put the phone down. What normally happens? You make a note in your diary. You're going to call them back on the 12th of March, a month later, or the 25th of September, 2 months later, you make a note to call them. Now consider this. How about you did this? You add the prospect to your automated lead gen funnel. Then they receive communication from you. It tells them why they need to do business with your company. The communication overcomes their objections. You give them case studies of results you've got for similar clients. You link them to a webinar. So just like this now, you link them to a webinar. You survey them. So you survey them, you give them some great content, you find out what their needs are, their project needs. Then what happens is you've got leads coming into your business. And this is all automated. So the channel becomes about adding data to your funnel, not cold calling. So back to that funnel. If you can add more data, so basically that just means the right emails to your system, you get more leads out the bottom. So what do you need? The infrastructure is this. It's very simple. I like things very simple. 3 steps. You need a website or you need a squeeze page. You need an autoresponder. You need an autoresponder sequence. And a sequence is just literally a set of emails. Be detail what the outcome you want from those emails, the surveys. Do you want surveys in there? Do you want CV submissions for candidates? I'm going to show you now what to do. But this is number 1. This is a squeeze page. So at the bottom there, the right hand side, very simple squeeze page. All it's got is a picture and it has enter your email address here in return for receiving a video. Now that picture is absolutely key because that woman's looking at the email address. And subconsciously, we are looking at that email address. Now I look at about 100 recruitment websites a month and it is difficult to capture data. Virtually most recruitment websites, they just haven't got this. They shout about themselves, been in business 20 years, and they do not capture data. So this here, this is an actual a program I use called Lead Pages. And I'm going to show you inside our training how to do that. So simply set up a squeeze page, as simple as that, or you add it to your website. Now if you look at some metrics here, you'll see here we had 2,782 visitors to our website on this period. 1,750 gave us our email addresses, 62%. Now below we made some tweaks in a test, 76%. Now that becomes important. Why? Because say 100 people come to our website, 62 of them now become our leads. Now on your website, what happens if 100 people come and only 1 gives you your details? You got 1 leads. So I got 62 more times of success than you have. Now scale that up. When I show you how to get data into your funnel, which is simply email addresses, times that by 10, by 100, can you see how easy it is to scale your business and just overcome your competitors? Now I'm going to take out all the complexity in this. This is all we're talking about. An autoresponder series is just another fancy term for a pre-written email. All it is a pre-written email that gets sent to your subscribers in a sequential order. Now what most recruiters do, they send a broadcast, which is a one-time message that gets sent to all of your subscribers. But all it is a set of pre-written emails. And this is what we want you to do. You set them up into an order. Your client opts in, you send them a welcome email, you send them content, then you send them to a related promotions. It could be to a webinar, or it could be you're pitching your services. That's the first option. The second option is what most recruiters do. They just send out emails to their prospects. They promote job, promote job, promote job. That's all they do. Now this is what I'm going to teach you to do, is to have content, 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 and then you engage. Because when you do this, you'll then start to bring your client into understanding your business. They're then going to start to look at your website, to look at your blogs. They start to look at your YouTube channel if you've got one. But very quickly, your client will go into, you're going to build a relationship with them. So imagine that content, 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 blog posts, then the product, which is actually you speaking to them. That's like 5-6 telephone calls, but it's all automated. Now do not do this. Do not just set up an opt-in, which is get an email address, send a welcome email. That is the end of your relationship. Do not do that. Now very simply, all you need to do is this. This is how to succeed with emails, with your prospect, with your client, with your candidate. 2 autoresponders, one for clients, one for candidates ideally, but one for both if you have to. 50% of your communication is content, which remember the experts are going to write for us. 25% is engagement, so that's surveys, and 25% is selling, so that's where you're going to pitch to them. So the components are very simply, what is the outcome you desire from the communication? Do you want them to the candidate submit their personal circumstances? Do you want to complete a survey? Do you want to provide a referral? And clients, we've got clients who do all of their lead generation online. So they've created a webinar like this. It basically details their services. And all we do is we direct clients or prospective clients, those clients we want to do business with, all we do is direct them to a webinar. And we essentially pitch online. And at the end of the webinar, we say, hey, do you want to do business with us? There's no cold calling. It's all done online. And when they say, yes, I'd like to speak to you in person, they've raised their hand and said, you are a business, a recruitment agency I want to know more about. So everything we do is online. There isn't one outbound call. There's not one single outbound call. Now, would you like that in your business? Would you like to have a business whereby the only businesses you speak with are those who say, yes please ABC Recruiter, I want to know more about you. I've seen a webinar about you, I like what I see. When can we speak? So your job is not to get as many calls in a day as possible. Your job is to influence, engage and elicit an action from a prospect. Use the funnel approach. Get as many leads into the funnel as possible. We're going to cover this now. But you're building a long-term asset here. We're building a business asset. So if you're looking to sell your business and you have this set up, which you'll have set up within 6 weeks and running and bringing leads into your business within 6 weeks. If you've got this set up and you sell your business, you will add zeros to your business value. Why? Because you're bringing in leads on autopilot. An automated business. Now, knowing's not enough, but the key thing is data is everywhere. So your challenge is bring data into the funnel. Now look at this. This here is a screenshot of data from my own business I mentioned before. So you'll see if you come down, we've got, for example, 12,302 registration pages visitors. So we had 12,302 recruiters came to that page, of which 5,268 registered and gave us their details. They attended a webinar. 23% attended a webinar. Now on the back of that, we had over I think that's where we had the 498 clients sign up. So my job becomes how many recruiters can I get into my funnel? It isn't about how many calls I make. And I want you to do exactly the same in your business. So at that registration page, I want it to be consider this. Imagine that they're decision makers, HR directors, internal recruiters, business owners. They come to your registration page. Then 42% of them register on your page. Then 2,000 or 23% watch the webinar. And at the end of it, you pitch to them. But in a really ethical way. Say if you like what you see, basically you give a case study and I'll take you through how to create the webinar. I'll actually do it with you in that 6 weeks. So it's all set up for you. And all you need to do is get data into the funnel. And there's data everywhere. There are loopholes on LinkedIn whereby you can send data via groups, blog posts. There are high traffic blogs up there. For example, I mentioned Technorati. So you rather than just put your blog on your own website, you place it on the high traffic websites where there's literally hundreds of thousands of recruiters going each and every month. I can get you on CNN. I can actually show you how to get on CNN for free. There are tools whereby you can take your article and you can post it to 2,000 PR sites. So it goes out to 2,000 news websites around the world for free. There are banners on websites. You go to websites sometimes, you see a banner on the right hand side, and you're about to see a lot more for my own business on that. I can show you how to get on Amazon, become a bestseller on Amazon for free. There are industry lists out there. Technorati I've mentioned, Alexa I've mentioned, and also social media. It bones me when I see people saying you need all these different social media setups. What you need is social media that gets you direct return on investment. That's what you need. You haven't got time to be setting up 10 social media sites unless you've got a big budget. But even then, don't you want the best value for your money? If you're going to do this, get return on investment for it. So your job, just to clarify, is to get as many pieces of data into your funnel as possible. And data is everywhere. Data is everywhere. No more cold calling. You know, many recruiters feel like they need to be good at social media, articles, writing. In reality, here is the deal. If you get really good at creating the funnel, which I'm going to show you, and you bring data into the funnel, which I'm going to show you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about all the other bits and pieces you've been told. As long as you can close that final step on the telephone or in person, that's all that matters. It's about getting data into the funnel. You simply need to master setting up this process, becoming the expert. The two go hand in hand. You become the expert, you have an automated system, your business is transformed. Now there's an art and a science to what I'm telling you. There's an art and a science to recruitment. In May 2012, John came to me for help. Previously he'd been spent years cold calling. He was getting tons of CVs out, but like so many, he got minimal callbacks. Now the closing is the science. The science is closing the sale. That's what you do. But this is the thing. The art is building the automated lead gen funnel so clients are warm and ready to be closed. You need both nowadays. You need the science to close, which is what you do, but you need the art, which I'm going to show you what to do. You need both. The writing's on the wall. Recruitment has changed. Have you changed? Because now's the time. Knowing is not enough. You must implement. But it is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Now, let me ask you a question. Can you see how your business would transform if your task was sending emails to simply get data into your funnel, and then what you do is you close the warm leads? Can you see how your business would transform? Let me know in the box. Awesome stuff, Andy. Blown away. Wow, never knew they could do this. I'm so excited. Thanks, guys. Awesome comments coming in. Thank you. Now, just a quick word. You know, the internal state that some of you might be, you know, I'm hopeless. You know, I can't do this. This sounds like a lot of work. This is not. I'm going to take you through in 6 weeks how to do this, and it's set up. You know, most recruiters who are not the stereotypical have these systems set up in place. And I really want you to think along these lines. If I create these systems and make it easy to get clients on an income basis alone, what would it take for me to actually make this happen? What limitations in my personality would I need to overcome? And what I'm about to show you will do just that. The limitations that you may have in your personality, but more importantly, the limitations in your business, which are in fact influencing your personality. You know, this is soul destroying cold calling. When you implement this system, your business will transform. In summer of 2013, I spoke at the UK's largest recruitment conference. I spoke on stage alongside Facebook, LinkedIn. But you know what? At the end of it, I didn't hang around for the social afterwards. I got a cab to King's Cross, on a train to have a meeting with my mentor, the same mentor I mentioned before. Why? Because I had a meeting scheduled. It was how to use webinars to win recruitment clients. And that meeting made me another $75,000 in my own personal business in the following 90 days. So I'm telling you, recruitment's changed now. If you're being told to set up social media channels and whatever else, wonderful. But if what I've told you is hit an understanding that cold calling is not working and there are simple, proven strategies, now this is the time to change. Now I've got my own mentors. You know, these two chaps here, Rich Sheffrin, I've paid $10,000 to for the privilege to be my mentor. Jay Abraham, I've paid for over $25,000 of his training. But they've transformed my business. They've transformed me. It's not about you, your company, your products or your services. It's about meeting customer needs and adding value. And you can do all this automated online now. When you start paying more attention to your customer needs than your revenue needs, you'll find you no longer have a revenue problem. Because what you're going to do, remember we said we're going to get you expert status is the first thing, and then we're going to create an automated system. So we're going to move from niche extra to niche expert. We're going to let technology do the heavy work. We're going to leverage other people's connections and other people's networks to grow leads. We're going to automate the inbound lead generation. We're going to systematically process the follow-up of leads, and we're going to copy and scale our business. Now, do you think it would be a good idea to implement proven results to stop cold calling your business at the first opportunity? And if you feel this is not possible in your business, because I don't have experience, if that was the case, then no one would have ever transformed their recruitment business, would they? So do you think it'd be a good idea? Wow. Overriding yes. Overriding yes. Now, there are others who offer ways of growing businesses, none of which have been asked to speak on stage. In UK, Canada, Singapore, India, none of them have the world's leading recruitment leaders directing their clients to them. So let's recap. Component 1, you set up your profit pulling platform. So you discover the automated email system which works 24/7 to bring in leads. You set up your autoresponder to engage an autopilot. You automate your lead generation. You have a client setup, funnel setup to end cold calling. And then you use the same step-by-step process I use in my business that's had 498 new paying clients in 5 months alone. The second thing you do is you move from niche extra to niche expert. So you use the exact steps to get 10 of the world's top speakers to endorse you and your brand I've just shown you. The exact steps. You get the exact formula. You apply the exact formula to create your own online or offline event to drive expert status in 6 weeks. You set up the lead capture process for your consultants to follow up, and you apply the exact 10 steps to get 10 of the world's top speakers to endorse yourselves. Number 3, you let technology do the heavy work. You set up the exact same system that has brought those 498 new client leads in 5 months. You use the exact automated framework to elicit client details and candidate requirements. You create the exact same systematic communication plan which positions you in front of mind of clients 24/7, and you use the email system which costs $19, which gives you leads every day. Component number 4, content, SEO, viral content. You use the same system to get Amazon authors write content for you and share it to their followers that we've used and I've shown you today. You use the same process to get on the front page of Google without spending a penny on SEO or writing any content yourself. You discover the exact steps our clients have used to have articles, podcasts, reports, webinars without writing a single word. And you follow the same step-by-step instructions on how to have experts speak at your own online or offline event. Component number 5, you set up your own social media channel, but as we show you, not with the fluff which is out there, ROI, and believe me, you only need 1 or 2 channels. You use the LinkedIn loopholes which drive huge traffic to your website. You use the inside trick of getting onto CNN. Now imagine this, on your LinkedIn profile, on your picture, if it said as featured on CNN, do you think that would position you slightly different than your competitors? Yes. You use social media to get your clients from social media onto the phone. and you never pay for another social media course again. Now, component number 6, you get your business to a place where you can automate it and you can scale it. You can do this in 6 weeks. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. 6 weeks, your business is transformed. So you've now got systems in place. So you can now scale your business and grow your leads. You can fill your funnel with leads every single day. Discover the very same tools I use to spar competitors and ensure I get maximum leads every single day. You can find out how to grow your leads exponentially. And I've shown you a system here. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and have it in place to remove the objections from your prospects before you even speak to them, and how to scale your business for your consultants to grow the lead gen. So if I deliver massive info for you, just type yes in the box if I deliver massive info for you today. So when you leave this webinar, you've got a lot of great information from me, right? But if you haven't created profits to the extent that you can use using this system, it can be a little overwhelming. So what can you do about it? Well, if it's okay, I'll show you the fastest and easiest way to make all of this happen for you. If you've enjoyed this webinar on how to make your real recruitment profits by differentiating your brand, becoming a niche expert and creating inbound leads, you really like Recruitment Experts Academy, which ensures you do it faster and easier. It's a 6-week personal coaching program. If you follow the steps I lay out, you will become the expert in your recruitment niche. You will have leaders in your space endorsing your brand. You will be a market force. You will have that automated system. This is the mind map we're going to be following. 6 weekly webinars with live personal coaching with a weekly Q&A teleseminar. Week 1, we're going to set up your profit pool and automated lead generation profit platform. Now remember at the beginning I told you it's going to be a tenth of the price. So week 1, we're going to set up your profit pool and automated lead generation platform. Week 2, we're going to take you from niche extra to niche expert in 6 weeks. Week 3, we're going to show you how to let technology do the heavy work. Week 4, we can go through the crash course of viral SEO content creation. Week 5, client and candidate lead generation with ROI social media. So really leverage social media. You wouldn't have been shown this before. And week 6, how we can now scale your business. No more cold calling. After every session, we're going to have a Q&A teleseminar. So any questions you got, you're going to email support, and we're going to answer any questions you got at all on a teleseminar after the training. All will be recorded and all will be available in the secret members area. That's a value of $497. Now bonus. I'm going to give you my LinkedIn recruitment blueprint e-learning system. This attracts candidates, generates inbound leads, and your own sector leadership. We've got 7 modules. We've got module 1.1, recruitment company branding and LinkedIn strategy. Module 1.2, thought leadership through content. Module number 2, how to get on page 1 of LinkedIn. So when you come to LinkedIn, you're the top of LinkedIn. It's like being the top of Google, but on LinkedIn. How to build a 20 million client and candidate network. Module 4, how to source passive candidates and advanced search strategies. Module 5, lead generation strategies. Module 6, how to build a real passionate set of followers with talent communities and build your own pipeline. Module 7, company page lead gen. Also going to give you another bonus. This is the candidate cash flow system. This retails at $997. This is how to engage your candidates. It's a system. It's made for you. You send out what's in the system. It consists of 2 parts. The first part is it's a LinkedIn training for candidates. So it's actually a training your candidate will use to make their profile better. And you can give it away to the candidates or you can sell it. It consists of 2 45-minute webinars, 2 45-minute audio MP3s, a workbook. But this is the cool thing. You can either sell it to the candidate. So if you sell 10 of them at $97, you've made $970. By the way, we've sold this for $197 via timeout in the United States. But you can sell it. You can sell it for $47, $97. It's yours to rebrand. It's white label resale rights. It's an online e-learning system. Say 2 45-minute webinars for your candidates. You can give it away to get you instant positioning with them, or you can sell it. So you can make $1,000 by selling 10 of these straight away. Then we've got part 2 is I go through a very comprehensive training that shows you how to sell it, how to set it up, how to use it as an engagement program. So that in itself, you could pay for this training back just by selling that to your candidates. Bonus number 4, this is very special. I'm going to run the same analysis on yourselves that's used by Deloitte, it's used by Fiat, used by many others. This is going to tell me about your online web presence. This is $197 value in itself, and we're going to run this for you. So this is everything you get. You get 6 weekly webinars. Week 1, your Profit Problem Automated Lead Gen Platform, $199. Week 2, Niche Extra to Niche Expert in 6 weeks, $199. Week 3, letting technology do the heavy work, value, $199. Week 4, Crash Course in Viral SEO Content Creation. Week 5, Client and Candidate Lead Gen. Week 6, Scaling Your Business, no more cold calling. All of those valued at $199. The bonus, the Q&A webinars, valued $497. The link to Recruitment Blueprint retails at $497. Candidate Cash Flow currently sells at $997. And the report we do for clients now at $197. That's $3,382 worth of value there. Now this is what we're going to do. Remember, the 3 things you're going to get out of this. You're going to go from expert, from wherever you are, extra to expert status and go-to person status. You're going to create an inbound lead system. You're going to scale your business. If you're looking for an exit strategy, you're going to add millions potentially to the value of your business. Depends on the size of your business and how big you want to scale. Do not get lost in the sea of the internet and drown in the ocean. Now for just 5 of you, as I mentioned, for 5 of you, because this is a new program, for just 5 of you, it's just $499. Strictly 5 places per country. So we're doing these webinars by country. So 5 on this webinar, it's just $499. So the first 5, it's just $499. Then rises to $999 for number 6 onwards. It starts this Thursday at 10 AM EST or 3 PM GMT. If you miss it, it will be recorded. So if you miss the training, it will be recorded and you'll get instant access to the recording as soon as it's done. Now you can sign up now by going to recruitmentmarketinginternational.com/academy. So recruitmentmarketinginternational.com/academy. Now for those of you who've asked, we do have a payment plan option for the first 5. The payment plan option is $299 for 2 payments. So if you go to recruitmentmarketinginternational.com/academy, select which option you want, it'll take you to PayPal and it's all processed through PayPal. So step 1, you simply go to recruitmentmarketinginternational.com/academy, and step 2, PayPal will process the payment. Then what will happen is you'll receive an automated message from us which will confirm you're in, and it will send you the times and the link for the first webinar. After that webinar, you'll be sent a link with the download and the secret members area where you can access the training in case you missed it. You'll have access to the mind maps, to the templates, to the documents I reference, all of the secret tools that I give you. There'll be links to the tools in that members area as well. Now just to recap, I have recruitment directors who pay me $5,000 to be coached by me. This isn't the Recruitment Niche Experts Inner Circle. This is the Academy. This is the new training. Now you may be skeptical. There are a lot of recruiters who have tried this. I've identified the formula to create incoming leads. I've created the formula to making you the expert. And this is what clients say. Incoming leads from both clients and candidates follow Andy's social media strategy in just 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks. Laura Hamidova, fireworks. And I've referenced here, and sometimes you see testimonials and you're not sure who they are. I've actually put their LinkedIn profile picture and their LinkedIn link here. So you can see these are real live clients. There's no woo-woo or fluff here. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, if you go to Recruitment Marketing International /Academy for the first 5 only at that price. Here's Edwin. 2 new clients from inbound leads within 8 weeks, directly resulting from Andy, from applying what Andy laid out in webinar 1. This was worth £100,000 in fees to me. £100,000 in fees to me in 8 weeks. Alex Horner, top guy. First event 6 weeks after session 1. The very same decision makers spent months trying to call are now calling me. So turn this business on its head. Alex will do big things, I'm certain. Rima Bula, I got to number 1 out of 4 1,724,395 results after session 1, an immediate impact on my candidate, client and candidate traffic. So these are tangible results here. Now Mark Stevens runs Smart Recruit, he runs Technology and Recruitment Alliance, he runs F10, a big name in UK recruitment. There are few people operating anywhere with the ability to deliver marketing services in the way that Andy does. He understands recruitment, the landscape, and applies his extensive marketing knowledge to great effect, delivering tangible results that pay for services many times over. Again, you can go and check Mark out on LinkedIn. These are all real people. This is what global leaders in recruitment say about us. So these are leaders in recruitment. Roy has trained over 40,000 recruiters. So Roy is one of the biggest names in recruitment. He's trained over 40,000 recruiters. I've been tracking Andy for a long time. After his first consultation, I created 14 new clients by applying his online webinar strategy. You need to get Andy Whitehead in your business before your competitor does. Again, I've added his LinkedIn profile. Go and check out who Roy is. But there's only for 5 of you will have this offer. Mike Walmsley, again one of the biggest names in recruitment. Mike runs recruitmenttraining.com, one of the most powerful recruitment trainer hubs in the world. Go and check it out. I'm on the front page, I believe. The most innovative ways to grow a recruitment business using online strategy I've ever seen. I've recommended Andy to my clients, so I've seen the results firsthand. Recruitmenttraining.com. So how much social proof do you want that what I'm showing you works? Morse will give you a guarantee. But in 2007 it took an average of 3.8 cold calls to reach a recruitment prospect. Today it takes 8. 2021 it will take 16. It's getting tougher out there. Now with the Academy we're going to turn this on its head. We're going to absolutely change things. We're going to make you the expert go-to person. We're going to create an automated inbound lead no matter what size your business, whether you're a one-man band or whether you've got 50 consultants. We're going to automate your business and we are going to scale your business. So my guarantee is this: if for any reason you're not happy with any aspect of the program, simply send me a quick email and I will immediately refund you 100% of your money. No questions asked. Like I said, all of the risk is on me. All of the risk. What's more, you go through PayPal. So PayPal, of course, if there are any problems, you could contact PayPal, but I'm a man of my word. In fact, what I'll do, I'm just going to show you. I've got my email open. There we go. This chap here, Duncan, purchased one of my trainings. Hello, please cancel and refund my recent purchase for candidate training. I'm sure it's a great product, but on reflection, I just don't have the time to implement the system at present. So that was at 11:20. Now, as you can see, at 3 minutes past midnight, so 43 minutes later, we'd refunded and cancelled that. So we absolutely are just focused on you being happy. Because I'm going to be in this business for the rest of my life. And I want repeat business. I want you to see that we really can change your business. So all of the risks on me. If you go to recruitmentmarketinginternational.com/academy, for any reason you're not happy, simply ask for a refund and we'll refund. Simple as that. There's no risk for you whatsoever. So who's the Academy for? It's for recruitment owners who are ready to be their recruitment niche leader. It's for recruiters who are willing to do a little bit of work to create inbound leads in their business. It doesn't matter of skill level, just have to be willing to do what I'm going to show you. It works. It doesn't matter if you're a complete newbie or the marketing manager for a multi-billion-dollar business. Say for any reason you're not happy with any aspect of the program, we'll refund you. So what will happen is you go to /academy, select the payment option you want if it's still available, and then you'll process through PayPal. As simple as that. And then you'll receive an automated message confirming the logon details for the first webinar. Now the catch is this: we're only creating 5 niche experts per country. 5 for Australia, 5 for United States, 5 for Canada, 5 for United Kingdom, 5 for South Africa, 5 for India, 5 for Brazil, 5 for France, 5 for Netherlands, and 5 for Italy. And there will be other countries dotted around outside of that, and we're going to pick up those as they come in as well. But if you're still able to go to that page and it's still up, it means the 5 are still there. Thanks Mark for signing up. Thanks Steve for signing up. Just getting notified now. Now these are mistakes normal recruiters make. Now I've trained over 800 recruiters. I know how you cannot be normal anymore. You can't keep doing the same things as every other recruiter. It's getting tougher out there. Now, mistake number one. Most recruiters recognise the recruitment business has changed. They realise they need to differentiate their brand, but through no fault of their own, at most they write an article or have a new website hoping that will open the floodgates to expert status, but it never comes. So they know they need to change something, but not sure what they need to change. Number two, their main business development tool is the telephone. They're applying the same strategy they were taught 5-10 years ago. They don't have an inbound lead system which works. Number three, they believe the lies that they've been told about social media, that they need all of them, that they don't need to know the fastest route from A to B. You need to know how to get from A to B. What's your A now? Your A now is the number of clients you've got in and your turnover. Your B is where you want to be in 6 weeks and 6 months. How many clients do you want? So if you want to double your business, you might want to go from $125,000 to $250,000. Okay, so how many clients does that mean? It might mean you're going to need to go from 5 placements to 10 placements. So you've got 10 placements, means you need to bring in double the amount of leads into your business. Okay, how are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. But when you don't know these things, you feel overwhelmed and you get virtually zero ROI through social media, and then you give up on the new world stuff and go back to hitting the phones. I've seen it time again. This is what I'm going to move you away from. Mistake number 4. Recruiters' revenue and profits are directly defined by the number of hours they spend developing business. They have no automated 24/7 online system. You're going to have that online system now. And mistake number 5. You forgot why you got into business. To make a lot of money and be the master of your own fate. They've been numbed and demoralised by the industry, and now they're thinking small. They've been battered by doing the same things, getting the same results month after month. These are mistakes normal recruiters make, which have been shown. You've not been shown what the big companies are doing with big budgets. It's not your fault though. You will be the expert. You will be the go-to person. You're not going to be normal. You're not going to be a commodity. You are going to be the expert. Or your money back. Now, for those of you who've bought, I see you coming in. Please stay online right to the very end. We've got something very special for you. So stay on to the right to the very end. Those of you who've bought. Just to recap, thanks Sarah. It's $499 for 5 places. Then it's rising to $999. Now, for those of you where the option is still available, there is a payment plan option of $299 for 2. I think we've got 3. From what I can tell, 3, 4 have gone now. So stay on to the line, those who have bought already. I want to speak to you just personally, stay on right to the very end. Now, as I said before, all of these be recorded and be available in the members area as soon as we finish the webinar. So component 1, we're going to set up your profit pulling platform. You're going to discover the automated email system which works 24/7 bringing in leads. You're going to set up your autoresponder to engage on autopilot. You're going to automate your lead generation, including setup. You're going to create a client funnel setup so you can end cold calling. And we're going to take you step by step through how to set up your own automated system. It consists of the very same steps. We've added 498 clients to our own system in the last 5 months. Week 2, we're going to focus on you becoming the niche expert. It goes from niche extra to niche expert in 6 weeks. The exact steps to get 10 of the world's top speakers endorsing you and your brand. The exact formula to creating your own online or offline event to drive expert status in 6 weeks. How to set up the lead capture process for your consultants to follow up. And we'll go through the exact case studies so you can see real world examples how to do this. Component number 3, this is where it gets really, really fun. We're going to let technology do the heavy work. Say goodbye to cold calling. Set up the exact system that's brought in those 498 clients. Set up the exact automated framework to elicit client details and candidate requirements. We're going to put in place a systematic communication plan which positions you in front of mind of your clients 24/7. And then for $19, and that's the only out thing you're going to pay for. You know, if you've got it already, you don't even need to. For $19, you're going to set up this email system. Not through us, you'll go direct to them. Component number 4, crash course on viral SEO content creation. You're going to discover how to get Amazon authors write content for you and blow away your competitors, and how you can share it with their followers endorsing your brand. Remember what we said? 10 leaders, each with 10,000 followers. They email their followers 10 times. That's 1 million messages going out about you and your brand. We're going to make that happen. We're going to get you on the front page of Google without writing a word of content. Discover the exact steps our clients have used to have articles, podcasts, reports, webinars, and even books created without writing a single word. and a step-by-step plan on creating your own event with these experts. Component number 5, client and candidate leads and ROI social media. We're going to set up your social media channels so you actually get results. None of this fluff. We're going to go through some loopholes that drive huge traffic to your website and your LinkedIn profile. I'm going to give you the inside trick to get onto CNN for free. I'm going to show you how to get clients and candidates off social media and onto the phone. And I'll show you why you never need to pay for another social media course again. Number 6, scaling your business. So no matter what size you are, if you're a one-man band, let's make you a 2 or 3-man band. If you've got 50 consultants in your business, let's bring in enough leads so it grows to 60, 70. So put systems are in place now, so now we can scale your business and grow exponentially. We show you how to fill your funnel with leads every day. Discover the tools I use to spy on competitors and ensure I maximize my own leads every day. I'm going to show you how to grow leads exponentially. Have a system in place to remove the objections from your prospect's mind before you even speak to them. Scale your business. This is where it's at. So recap. Thanks for the lovely words, Mark. Thanks for Rachel. Yeah. I'll see you on the inside. Look forward to it. So webinar 1, profit pulling automated lead gen platform. This is valued at $199. Niche extra to niche expert in 6 weeks. Week 3, letting technology do the work. Week 4, crash course on viral SEO content. Week 5, client and candidate lead gen. Week 6, scaling your business, no more cold calling. The way it's going to happen, I'm going to do the webinar live. You're going to follow the steps on the screen. Any documents, mind maps you're going to have access to. Then you're going to work through this with me. Then any questions you've got, you're going to email them to support. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to answer all questions in a teleseminar. Now the reason why I'm doing that is because when you go through this, and just so you know in terms of time, you probably need to set aside 2 to 3 hours a week to go through this. So we're not talking about a huge amount of time here to actually transform your business. And then total time to actually implement what I've shown you in the training be no more than 7 hours a week, just for 6 weeks to transform your business. And you've got access to these forever. So if you miss a training or if you can't implement them now, you've got access forever. But what you will not have access to ever for is this price. And once you reach 5, we're going to shut the doors. You get the Q&A webinars, you get the LinkedIn Recruitment Blueprint. You're going to get a candidate cash flow program. And as I say, if you sell that, it's LinkedIn training for your candidates. You can sell 10 of those. In fact, you just need to sell 5 of those and you've paid for the course already. Then you get the website analysis and report. So just finally, I want to be respectful of time. Just $499 in place of, well, so over $3,000 worth of value there. Then we're going to shut the doors. Once we've got the testimonials, we're then going to release it either at $999 at the very minimum, maybe $2,000. But this is going to be your only opportunity to get it at this price. It starts on Thursday, next Thursday. So as soon as you sign up, you'll be sent an automated message with the actual exact time, but it'll be 3 p.m. GMT, 10 a.m. EST. If you miss it, let's say it will be up, the recording will be up in a couple of hours. Now all I want in return for this immense value, is a testimonial. So at any point in that 6 weeks, the testimonial from you. Okay, for those of you who stayed on the line, please wait, because we're going to I want to give you something at the end. But just finally, Q&A. Any questions you've got, let me know. Thanks, Tiffany. Well, Tiffany, you're welcome to phone us, but I think I've given you enough social proof there. You can go and connect with me on LinkedIn. I am a real person. You can go and check out my websites, recruitmarketinginternational.com. My blog is andywhiteheadexe.com. We've got programs up there, candidatecashflow.com, LinkedIn, recruitmentblueprint.com. I write for asktheexperts.org. I write for Technology and Recruitment Alliance, and if you go to recruitmenttraining.com, I'm on the front page of that. So I am very much a real person, Tiffany. I'm sorry that you've not heard of me before, but you're welcome to join the program if there's any space left. As I say, there's absolutely no risk on you. All the risk is on me. For any reason you can just ask for a refund at any point in the program, first 30 days, and we'll refund you happily. As I've just shown you with Duncan, we refunded him within 42 minutes, and that was the middle of the night. Just that, with that certain about giving great customer service. Spencer, no, we're going to shut the doors after the first 5, because we're going through this training. I imagine there's going to be a lot of interaction, a lot of coaching, a lot of personal coaching as we go through this. So it's only 5, and then when we've gone through that, it's going to be at least 6 to 8 weeks, and then we're going to re-release it. I would say probably if we do release it at all, it'd be nearer probably $2,000. So you won't get this opportunity again. In fact, maybe never. Just see how the next 6 weeks go in terms of we might choose to create a higher package, but I've got no intention to roll this out again at this price. No, it's the value is extremely huge. For that sort of amount, you're looking at a half-day event. My daily rate, say to impress upon you, not impress you, is $3,000. So in terms of value, you get an immense value. So no, you can't come back at a later date, unfortunately. Thanks, Haley. Thanks for your lovely comments. No, as far as I know, nobody else is doing anything like this. I say you've got Roy Ripper. Go and check out Roy. You've got Mike Walmsley, world leaders in recruitment, saying it's the most innovative way of becoming the leader in the niche they've ever seen. So no, there's no one else doing this. And say we walk the walk. In my own business, I use the exact same methods that my clients use, and I'm going to open the doors and be transparent with you. So you're going to get the exact steps, the exact tools, the exact programs. I've been doing this 17 years now. I spend about $50,000 a year on my own training. I go to America and so forth. So you're going to get the benefit of all of this. So we really are going to give you everything on that. I'm based in London. Yes, Jeff. I'm based in London. So yeah, we're in the UK. I do a lot of travelling, but I'm getting married early next year, so I'm actually changing the way that our business works. Since we're doing more online work and less in-person consulting, because I'm getting married, then we're going to try for a family straight away. So I've changed the way I do business. So I don't expect to be in New York in the immediate future. I've been invited to speak at the Canadian Marketing Summit in I think it's Toronto or Vancouver, but no, I'm actually cutting back on my travelling because I tend to get married. But thank you for the invite, but I'll get on board and we'll see you there. So the rest of the questions, it seems to be coming in. It is the full 6 components, Toby. So in short, this is what you need to know, Toby. You're going to go from wherever you are to being the expert in your niche. So how many people in your business now, Toby? Okay, it's 2 of you. So, and what's your turnover? In what you're looking to achieve? If you could type that in the box. No, it's only private. Only I will see it, Toby. Don't worry. Okay, so you're looking to effectively double your business then. Go from 300,000 to 600,000. So I'm not going to go through a full consultation, but let's say for argument's sake that your average placement fee is $15,000. So that $15,000, that equals 20 placements you're currently making now, so you're going to be making 40 placements. So how do we do that? We need to know your metrics. So each part of your current process, you've got a set of metrics. You may know them, you may not know them. But in the first training, we're going to go through your metrics. But what I want to do is take your metrics online. So we know you just need to put more leads in the funnel, and then if you double the leads, you get double the placements. And that's what we're going to do. No problem. Well, I want to be conscious of time. So the rest of the questions there seem to be around things I think I've already answered. So the components we've laid out, it's recruitmentmarketinginternational.com/academy. For those of you who've said, all you do is just click on the option you want, so which payment plan, then it'll take you to PayPal. And PayPal will take you through the steps. You'll then receive an automated message. I think the message may be from WordPress, or it might be from recruitmentmarketinginternational.com, but sometimes it's in your junk folder, sometimes it goes into your spam folder. But yeah, it definitely will be sent. Any problems, you can contact me at andy@recruitmentmarketinginternational.com, and we'll be there sure to fix any challenges you got if you don't receive the message. But yeah, you'll receive the message, and we'll be good to go. So with that said, what I want to do now is just, for those of you who've bought, please stay on the line. Rest of you, I'm going to say goodbye to you. Thank you for your time. But for those of you who have bought, stay on the line. Let's give everyone 15 seconds to leave, and I've got a special bonus for you, an unadvertised bonus. So just let everyone go. Okay, well, thank you for signing up. I love an action taker, and this is going to transform your business. Of that, I'm certain. And remember, there's no risk. All the risk on us. But thank you for signing up. We're going to really, this is my passion, to really make you grow. Now, this is what I want to do for you. I'm sure in your business, you've got someone else in your business, or you may have a friend who's also in recruitment. I'm actually going to offer you a second place. I'm going to offer you a second place. So, if you've signed up now, or if you're going through the process, you know you're going to sign up for the next 15 minutes, so you can make a quick phone call if you need it. What I'm going to do is this: for every place you submit, I'm going to allow you to have another place. So we're going to actually send out a link, and the links that we give you will allow 2 people to log on. So if you've got another friend in recruitment, you can split the cost. Although it's very, very great, it's immense value already. But I really wanted to spread, the value here, and I think if you have that accountability with someone, wonderful. So I'm going to give you another place. So if you sign up in the next 15 minutes, you can make that quick phone call, and you've got that half the price again. So you're only looking at, what's that, $250. So yep. So sign up once. But every link we send out, we're going to make sure that 2 of you can actually sign up. So it can be a business partner, it can be a spouse, it can be a friend in another recruitment business. So I'm going to do that for you. But this is going to absolutely transform your business. I'm so excited. So with that said, look out for the email with the first date, and I'll see you on Thursday. And let's make this happen. It's going to be a great, great year. This is where you become the expert, and it's a great place to be. Take care. Bye-bye.